So what went wrong? Hi, I've got some new makeup that I want to chat about and also put on my face. So I was thinking we could do that today. That's really all there is to it. Let's start. First, I have a brand new primer, and this is the Youthforia pregame primer. And I've heard a lot of good things about this, especially from people who have eczema prone skin or sensitive skin. And it's supposed to, not have any fragrances or other things. But really, the no fragrance is what called to me the most, because a lot of primers I feel have irritants, especially fragrance, that my skin just doesn't like, and so I mostly go without primer. But I'm excited to see if this agrees with my skin. A lot of the comments said that this primer has a bit of a smell. I mean, maybe there's like a bit of a old Play-Doh. I don't know, it really doesn't smell like that much to me. When I first got it, I swatched it on my hand to see about the smell, and it stunk. But I don't know if I'm just congested. I know allergies are going crazy right now. This is also kind of sold as being like a skincare makeup product as well, that's supposed to help protect your skin from the makeup that's going on top of it and make a bit of a barrier, which is kind of nice because some of my makeup products, they do have little hints of fragrance and stuff, and it'd be cool if this would actually protect my skin from getting irritated by all that, but we'll see. So far, it makes my skin feel pretty moisturized, not tacky in any way, just kind of like a nice little moisturizer on your face. But let's get into foundation. So this foundation is not new to me. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, but what I'm gonna do is the new part. I got this e.l.f. camo corrector in blue. Because this foundation is a little bit orange for me, I was hoping I could do a little concoction here to bring it closer to my undertone. And my undertone is pretty yellow, so it's not gonna be perfect, but even if we get in the realm of olive, I think that'd be better for me. So I'm just gonna take a little pump, and I'm probably gonna have to dip in a few times, but I'm just gonna keep wiping some of that blue on my hand, and then we start to mix. So here is it just on its own, and then here is it with the blue color corrector. I feel like it does cancel out quite a bit of orange. Okay, but the concoction doesn't stop there, because I got a new shade of the saie glowy super gel in the shade Sunglow, which is more of a bronzy shade. So I have Star Glow, and this is much more pearly. And I'm just gonna take like a pump of this and mix it in with the foundation. Whoa, that might have been too much. And I'm just gonna do that with my finger. But I'm hoping that I can add this to my foundations to make them less full coverage, but also give a little bit of a glow from within. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, beauty blender. All right, I've never done this before. I'm gonna spray it with MAC Fix Plus to dampen it, because I have so much I can spare it. Let's blend that in. Okay, I think I'm really liking what that blue color corrector is adding, because I feel like when I usually wear this foundation, it's a little noticeable to me, at least, that it's significantly more orange, but this, it's definitely giving more of like a neutral olive undertone, and I think that that complements my skin tone better. And I don't wear foundation that often, so I'm not miffed about like having to do this every day or something, because that's not the case. I think it's time to put the hair back. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm saying this is a winner because this was only $4, and this instantly made this like $50 foundation more usable to me. This glowy super gel, it's not the fairest first wear of it, because it is mixed in with a bunch of other products, but I'm really not seeing like an extra amount of glow that it's giving. When it first came in, I did a little swatch on my cheek because I was so excited for this. Sometimes this can feel like a little icy on me, but at least I can see it. But when I rub this in on my cheek just a little bit, it just kind of like blended into nothing on my skin tone. And so I am a little concerned that this is just like too close to my skin to really make a glowy difference, but I'm just gonna have to keep trying it out. Okay, next we're just gonna finish up the base because I don't have any other new products till we get to highlighter. But I did get this contour wand from Charlotte Tilbury. It was a repurchase, but I got it maybe like a month or two ago, and I just never wore it yet because I was like, it's special, I'm waiting for the right occasion. And then I used it and I was like, okay. It's so silly. I was so hyped up on it, especially after seeing all these dupes come out, and I was like, but this one's better. And now I think I'm just more in love with the cream bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, the one in the enormous pan. And this is just like, okay. I think for travel, I'll definitely be using this one more than the enormous Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think it's as special as I used to. And maybe it's just because I think the Charlotte Tilbury is also a better shade match for me. So sometimes this can look a little off. but the dotting is still as fun as ever. I'm wondering if I should try out one of those e.l.f. ones or Milani. I feel like someone else has one, Flower Beauty, if I should give those a shot. And maybe there'd be like a better shade match for me in there. I don't know. If you've tried it, let me know what you think about the formula and the shades. No new concealers have really spoken to me, so I'm using my Kulfi concealer in Glossy Guava and my NARS one in Sucre d'Orge. I feel like these are really solid medium to full coverage concealers, and the only thing I might be interested in is something, I don't know, something that's like a better shade match for me. Like if a very yellow concealer line came out, I would be all over that. And what's upsetting is that I think that's what Kosas is, because I remember I had shade 7 and that was so yellow. That's what all the reviews were saying, this is so freaking yellow, and I was like, yum, perfect. But it made me get like little bumps under my eyes, so I had to stop using it. But if I found something in a similar shade that was also really creamy, that'd be bomb. Oh, you know, I have been interested in trying the NARS Soft Matte Concealer because I've seen so many people say that it's great for like spot concealing on like blemishes or dark spots. And I think I have an idea of what my shade might be, but let me know if you've tried that and if you like it. It looks like that pot would last you a long time because it looks super high coverage, but I'm wondering if you could just wear it on its own or if you need to be wearing a full face of foundation. Okay, concealer done. I really like this combo. I actually think that this Kulfi one especially goes with kind of any other kind of creamy concealer, and even if it's not super creamy, it can just add that hydration that you need. If you have like a drier concealer that maybe has more high coverage, this will help smooth and make everything meld together really well. I'm just gonna set really quick with the e.l.f. Prime and Stay finishing powder. And this shade is pretty light, so I just use it under my eyes. I saw Julie Adams talking about it, but she was comparing it to the Pat McGrath powder, and I'm kind of interested in that. Setting powders are a world I'm kind of just getting into, and I'm interested in one for my whole face. I don't know if translucent ones work for people of my skin tone, or if I need to get one that's like the color of my skin. It's all kind of confusing, this whole world, but it's like trial and error, right? But I don't want to trial and error with like a $50 powder. That's nonsense. Okay, I feel set. Maybe let's do eyes next so I can make a big mess and then go in with blush and highlighter to kind of camouflage all of that. So I got 2 new eye palettes and I barely wear eyeshadow, so that was an interesting choice, but I couldn't say no to, I don't even like this guy that much, but it's a really cute looking palette. I wanted to get the Mandalorian one to complement the Child palette, but I don't really wear grays. That would be a strictly like consumerism based decision, which I cannot. Once you see that behavior, you kind of got to call it out in yourself. But I digress. This is full of golds, and I think golds look nice on my skin tone, so I thought, fine, C3PO, you're coming with me. And then I also got this What the Shell palette from Colourpop. Colourpop was having this massive sale. Everyone was having a sale, and I was just whipping out my card. But this one I've seen people say is a great dupe for certain K-beauty palettes if you're looking, I'm not even showing you, if you're looking for more of sheer washes of color and really nice like ethereal sparkles. Like this was recommended as a good palette, and it's on like final clearance. I almost had to go on Poshmark to find this, but it was on final call at Colourpop. And I played around and did a little look with this, so I think I'm gonna use this C3PO one. And since we're kind of going for bronzy here, and you'll see next we've got some other bronzing products, I think the golds in here will really complement that. But what to do with them, I have no freaking idea. Nothing scarier to me than an eyeshadow palette, but we're gonna conquer that fear together. I think you can't go wrong with a little sheer wash of a skin tone color all over the lid. I'm just gonna use this darker shade. It's a little step down, but it's not super dark, so it seems like the right decision. The shade Etiquette right here looks crazy. Yeah, I want to do that. Now that is gold. Ooh. Oh wow. Would you like to come in? Okay, and then I think I'm gonna add this shade Golden Ore in the center. We're not reinventing the wheel here, but I think it's nice. Let me just go ahead and do that on the other side, and then maybe we'll do some lower lash line stuff. Who knows? I'm liking the quality of this palette so far. Like, the mattes aren't super powdery, and I'm not getting a ton of fallout from these metallics like I would expect. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the other side of the blending brush, and I think I'll just go over everything. Okay, now what do we think for the lower lash line? Here's what we're working with. Should we go all shimmers? Maybe all mattes, and then just like a little shimmer in the center? Solved it. Okay, so I'm using that companion shade, the medium matte shade in the palette, and I'll do that on like the outer part, and then let's use the lighter shade on the inner. I feel like that would awaken the eye. Oh, okay, perfect. So we'll use this shimmer right in the middle underneath, so that even though you can't really see it on top, that's where it's gonna pop, right there. Is that popping? I need just a little bit more. I like it. Okay, I think that is so cute. I was worried there. You couldn't tell, but okay, there is a dark brown shade in here, and I was thinking, use that as the liner for like a soft little look. And then I decided I wasn't, but now that I'm saying it out loud, I think I am. I'm just gonna use a little eyeliner brush. That's a little soft. Okay, maybe I regret that. Okay, that ended up being cute. I like that. I feel like a little bumblebee with the gold and the brown, like a soft bumblebee. All right, let's keep it moving. I think I want to use the highlighter now. So I got this Danessa Myricks Vision Flush Glow, and I got it in the shade Majesty. That is beautiful coppery goodness. So let's see. And I think I'm just gonna use the sponge. Maybe let me re-wet it. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna put some up here and over here. This is another product that I was afraid might be too close to my skin tone to really make a difference, but even though it's subtle, it's definitely giving a very like lived-in healthy glow. So nice, I really like that. And I think this is like pretty affordable. I think this is only $20. I feel like this tube will last a while. We'll see. I'll keep you updated, especially on the wear time, because it might look this lovely now, but I hope it keeps up this really nice glow. Oh, and I want to mention I got this because I have the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm, which is really nice, or the Goldgasm, which is really nice gold, and I also have her peach one, and I have this one from Rare Beauty that's more of a rose gold, so I was looking for kind of a coppery bronze. I mean, that's why I got that. Oh, I did pick up other highlighters as well. From ColourPop, I got this quad of Super Shock highlighters because just look at how pretty all of these shades are. Perfect for summer. And okay, let me read you these shade names real quick. Laying Out, that sounds like a beach time. With Salt, that's a margarita, summery, got it. Round 2, maybe another round of drinks. And Goat. No idea what that has to do with anything at all. I wanted to share that thought with somebody and I didn't know where else to share it but here. So there you go. I also picked up this Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter. It's in shade 40 Be My Sunlight. And I saw someone on Instagram say that they use a big fluffy brush, I'm gonna use this, and after they've done their setting spray or their setting powder, they go over their face with this and just kind of like set it again to kind of give back some luminosity. So I might try that. We'll see how that goes. But those are all my highlighter purchases. Now for blushes, I picked up 4, 3 from ColourPop, and then 1 from e.l.f. So I got Silence, which is from their Alice in Wonderland collection, and that's a matte red. I got that to go with Grateful from Rare because I was looking for powdered blushes to complement all my liquid ones so that I could set them down and make them last even longer. God knows why I bought these Powerpuff Girls one. It was both of these for $10. I was incapable of saying no, and I like the Powerpuff Girls. But I honestly am not sure if the colors are the best for me. I think when you see the swatches, you'll see what I'm talking about. But the colors also looked really nice for summer, and I was like, if I could do a gradient blush with those, that would be super cute. Maybe I'll try that today, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. And the e.l.f. is in Stay Rosy, and this is a primer-infused blush, so that really interested me that maybe this would be like really long-lasting, and this was, I believe, $7. I'm trying to find the best powder blush formula that's like long-lasting, that has shades that complement my skin tone, If you know what I'm talking about, if you have any recs, let me know. So we could do that gradient with the Powerpuff blushes. I'm kind of interested in trying this one out. Let's do that. And we're just gonna do it on its own, not on top of Grateful this time. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit. Oh, okay. So what went wrong? Maybe I should have set down my face first. I feel like it's clinging to the wetness of my foundation. I don't know why it's still wet. I'm gonna take a little bit of a setting powder, which is, I think this is a nice time to have setting powder or finishing powder. And I'm just gonna go over it and see if that helps dull down the color a bit, because I don't think this is helping remove any, especially not with the blush. It has the blush on it, Gigi. Okay, I'm just taking two of these hourglass ones and hopefully that helps. Does that look different? Yeah. Okay, that helps so much. Oh my god, what a good trick. Okay, but now I don't know about it with this eyeshadow, like the yellow and the red, because it is really like yellow gold. I don't know. Kind of want to bring in a bit of this orange or this. Okay, I'm gonna go for the orange, and I'm going back to the offending brush because I don't want to wash another one. Back to the setting powder. You know what? It's definitely very spring and summer, so I'll say that. Maybe let's hit it with a setting spray. Maybe that's what's messing up. It's the powder, and it's just not, everything's not vibing right. It's gotta be it. I like it so much more. God, what a roller coaster of emotions we're going on here. So I'm gonna leave that alone and not put any more blush on top. I think it's just time to set. I know we just sprayed it with some spray, but now I'm gonna actually set it with my Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. This stuff is the bomb. And I just hope this gives like a veil of cohesiveness to everything that's going on. I am feeling good. Okay, and lastly, do I even dare with this little experiment? I mean, why not, right? So now that we've set everything, before I go in with more sprays, let's just dab lightly. I'm not gonna go ham like I did with the blush. Let's do some little taps. Okay. So this is like putting highlighter all over your face, but I think because this is closer to my skin tone, it is giving that like glowy look. And I think once I do another round of spraying, we can make the final judgment on like, does this look crazy? And while my face is still wet, I like to just go over with my setting powder brush and just kind of like push everything down and in. Okay, and last, brows and lashes. So. Ooh, I think last thing, I just want to put a little bit of something on the inner corner, and I'm going to use a shade from our dude, C3PO. This is the shade Bolt, and it's the lightest one, just right in the inner corner. Oh my goodness, okay. That is all of the new makeup that I got. Oh, actually, I didn't mention the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint. I got it in the shade White because I have all these bright colors that I want to use during the spring and summer and just have like a big pop of color on my eyes, and none of the primers, well, I don't own any primers, so none of the concealers that I've been putting on my lid to make colors pop are really popping as much as I'd like. So I'm gonna give this a try and probably do that in another video because this has gone on long enough. Real quick run through of everything that I tried today. The Youthforia primer felt really nice and moisturizing going on, not super sticky. I don't like those kind of grippy primers. And it didn't smell as bad as I remember. So I'm excited to see how my makeup wears with this. I'll come back to you. The e.l.f. color corrector in blue, amazing for bringing down warm tones. Yeah, I think for $4 you can't really beat this. And they have a bunch of other shades. I don't think the yellow is deep or like pigmented enough to kind of help add yellow to foundations, but I still kind of want to try. Oh, the Saie Glowy Gel. I need to keep trying this just on its own, but mixed in with the NARS foundation, it did bring down the coverage to a level that I really liked. Didn't make me feel too cakey. So I really like this for that purpose. Oh, the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush in Majesty. Oh, so beautiful. I know I'm going to be using this a lot this summer. If I'm not using Goldgasm, it's probably going to be this. And I feel like it shines through even underneath the blush cacophony that I have going on. Speaking of blushes, well, nothing to say about these yet. Although the orange was in there doing something. But the red on this, I don't know. I think maybe it's just like fighting too much with the eye look, but now that it's toned down, it's kind of nice and it almost looks like a cherryish red. But I definitely want to try this in the purpose for which I bought it, which was on top of the Grateful blush from Rare Beauty. So maybe I'll do like a little short on that and see how that looks. The Essence Sunlighter, I don't know if it's doing too much going on, just like dusted on top of everything, but it makes me feel nice. Like it feels a little fancy to just like tap all over my face with a highlighter, and it doesn't look crazy. I don't know, I feel like as I'm turning, there's a lot of factors to glow right now, so it's hard to say what to attribute the sunlighter to, but I do, looking at this color, I want to try it as just like a powder highlighter on its own. You know, powder highlighters are coming back with a vengeance. So before I go trying any of the new ones that have come out, maybe I'll just try this for that purpose. Scanning. Oh, C-3PO. Oh, that's funny. Maybe he scans. I can't remember. But I ended up really liking these tones. I think it looks pretty with my skin tone and my hair color. It looks very just vibrant and cheerful. And I'm sure I can get a bunch of other looks out of this. What I like is that, I mean, you saw how intimidated I was just with an eyeshadow palette. Like, there are just so many options. But I feel like between the mattes and the shimmers in here, there's just a good variation to give you some guidance of like, okay, this medium shade, maybe we'll go here, dark shade here. Yeah, it's not too overwhelming. So I think this is a great beginner eyeshadow palette if you're looking to get into golds and neutrals. Yay! Those are all of my new products that I wanted to try out. You know, it's funny, you get the dopamine when you order it, you get the dopamine when it comes. But for the last couple of weeks, I've just kind of been staring at these products, kind of like, what do I do with them? So this was really nice to just sit down with you and play with them and just have fun. You know, we had some highs, some lows, but I'm really happy with what we ended up with. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video.